We all remember that iconic moment in cinema history when the hunter realizes he is actually the one being hunted down. The phrase, "clever girl," sent shivers down our spines, establishing the velociraptor as the ultimate intelligent killing machine of the past. Pop culture has convinced us that these creatures could open doors, coordinate complex traps, and outsmart humans with terrifying strategic precision. But as we dig deeper into the sediment, a burning question arises. Were they truly the Einsteins of the Cretaceous period? Or has Hollywood simply tricked us into fearing a creature that was actually no smarter than a common modern barnyard animal? To find the answer, we must look inside the skull, analyzing the physical structure that housed their ancient and mysterious minds. Intelligence in the animal kingdom is not just about solving puzzles. It is about survival, adaptation, and processing sensory data quickly. Today we are going to dismantle the myths and reconstruct the true mental capabilities of this famous prehistoric pack hunter. The evidence we have found might disappoint movie fans, but it fascinates scientists who study the evolution of biological intelligence. Prepare yourselves to meet the real Velociraptor, a creature that is far more complex and interesting than any movie monster. Let us begin by addressing the elephant in the room, or rather, the turkey in the room, their actual physical size. The real Velociraptor was not a human-sized giant, but a small predator, barely reaching the height of a modern turkey. However, in the world of biology, absolute size is not nearly as important as the ratio of brain to body. While the T-Rex had a larger brain overall, the Velociraptor possessed a brain that was massive relative to its small body. This ratio is known as the encephalization quotient, and it places raptors among the smartest dinosaurs to ever walk the earth. Their skulls show distinct expansion in areas responsible for higher cognitive functions, setting them apart from their slow-witted herbivorous neighbors. This brain power was not for philosophy. It was an evolutionary adaptation for hunting agile prey in complex and changing environments. If we compare them to living relatives, they sit somewhere between the instinctual crocodile and the highly alert modern ostrich. They possess the neurological hardware necessary for complex behaviors, far exceeding the capabilities of the lumbering giants of their time. This mental agility allowed them to punch above their weight class, surviving in a world dominated by much larger predators. Some paleontologists suggest that their large brains might have even supported basic forms of play and learning during their juvenile stages. The scans reveal that a significant portion of their brain power was dedicated to processing visual and auditory signals for hunting. So while they were small, they were packed with potential, proving that in the Cretaceous, size was definitely not everything. To truly understand their potential, we must look at their direct descendants, the masters of the sky we see today. This brings us to a crucial point in our investigation. Why being called a bird brain is actually a high compliment. Modern corvids like crows and ravens are incredibly smart, capable of solving multi-step puzzles that would baffle a human toddler. Parrots and crows share a common ancestor with raptors, and their brain structures show remarkable similarities to the fossilized prints. Raptors possessed a highly developed cerebrum, similar to the part of the brain that gives modern birds their cognitive edge. It is highly probable that velociraptors could solve basic problems, like bypassing obstacles to reach a hidden source of food. They likely possessed object permanence, understanding that prey still exists, even when it disappears behind a rock or a tree. Just as crows communicate danger to their flock, raptors may have used vocalizations to coordinate movements or warn of threats. While not a language, these signals would require a brain capable of processing social cues and reacting to group dynamics. The ability to learn by watching others is a sign of high intelligence, and it is a trait common in social birds. Imagine that destructive curiosity of a parrot, but packaged inside a lethal predator, armed with serrated teeth and sickle claws. This suggests they were not mindless killers, but calculating hunters that could adapt their strategy based on the prey's defensive behavior. Their spatial memory would have been excellent, allowing them to map out their territory and remember where prey was abundant. However, equating them to primates or humans is a stretch. They were smart for dinosaurs, but they were not rocket scientists. Now, we must tackle the most famous theory of all. Did they hunt in coordinated packs like modern wolves? The image of raptors communicating complex orders to flank their prey is cinema gold, but the science is far more controversial. Cooperative hunting requires an extremely high level of social intelligence and emotional control that few animals actually possess. Many scientists believe raptors behaved more like Komodo dragons, a chaotic mob attacking the same target, but not working together. This is called mobbing. They are drawn to the same prey, but they are rivals, willing to eat each other if necessary. Fossil footprints show them moving in groups, but the spacing suggests a loose association rather than a disciplined military formation. In a true pack, adults often share food with the young. In a mob, the weak are often left to starve. Chemical analysis of their teeth reveals that adults and juveniles ate different foods, suggesting they did not live in family units. This evidence points to a solitary life for the young, who had to survive on their own until they were full grown. However, even without complex coordination, a mob of intelligent predators is still a terrifyingly effective force of nature. They likely capitalized on the chaos caused by others, using their quick brains to find an opening in the prey's defense. So, think less like a disciplined wolf pack and more like a gang of pirates fighting for the biggest share of loot. But intelligence is useless without the sensory tools to perceive the world, and this is where they truly excelled. Let us examine the hardware that fed information to that brain, starting with their incredibly distinct skeletal eye structures. Velociraptors possess sclerotic rings, bony plates in the eye that tell us exactly how much light they could process. These rings suggest they had wide apertures, allowing for excellent night vision, similar to modern nocturnal birds and predators. This contradicts the idea that they were strictly diurnal. They were likely cathemeral, active both day and night. Being active at irregular intervals allowed them to hunt whenever the opportunity arose, maximizing their chances of survival. Their sense of smell was also formidable, with large olfactory bulbs that could detect a carcass from miles away. This combination of sharp night vision and keen smell made them a nightmare for small mammals trying to hide in the dark. Their inner ear structure reveals an exquisite sense of balance and the ability to hear low-frequency sounds of footsteps. This sensory toolkit fed their brain a constant stream of high-fidelity data, allowing for split-second decisions during a chase. They were not just seeing the world, they were feeling it, hearing it, and smelling it with high-definition precision. When you combine these senses with a problem-solving brain, you get a predator that is far more dangerous than a brute force killer. So, as we reach the end of our journey, how should we truly picture the Velociraptor in our minds? They were not the door-opening supervillains of Hollywood, but they were certainly not mindless lizards stumbling through the jungle. They were agile, alert, and adaptable opportunists, possessing a level of intelligence that rivaled the smartest birds of today. The truth is actually scarier. A pack of coordinated wolves is predictable, but a mob of intelligent, chaotic opportunists is terrifying. Nature does not need to exaggerate. The evolutionary engineering of the Velociraptor is a masterpiece of biological design on its own. They lived fast, fought hard, and left behind a legacy that challenges our understanding of what dinosaurs were capable of. The next time you see a crow solving a puzzle, remember that its ancestors were once the terrors of the Cretaceous. Do you think the Velociraptor was truly the smartest dinosaur, or is there another contender waiting to take the crown? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and tell us which prehistoric predator you want us to analyze next. Thank you for watching Ancient Predator Zone. Subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss a discovery.